chat. Here we go. We got Joyo versus Juicy. Moist Juicy. Now, Moist Juicy has been confirmed by Shift, but is technically still up in the air, I think, if you were to ask the orgs themselves, which have yet to announce it. But we've got a couple different teammate battles today, and Juicy has been looking really good in 1v1. If you haven't seen either one of these two players, Juicy is a French player who has been playing on Heat, speculated to move over to Moist. But he's also been playing really well in 1v1. I think his biggest showing in 1v1 was probably... Oh my goodness, the pogo! We got a pogo so quick. GG, says Joyo. It did not take us long to get the pogo we were hoping for. Both these guys are willing to play in the pogo 1v1. We talked about it in the previous matchup that we might do a pogo 1v1 with Dark so he could show off all his pogo abilities and have everybody else show off how they've been training him. Look at all the pogos in chat. We just added an emote for the pogos. Juicy, a great pogo shot. Anyways, Moist Juicy, his best performance probably in the World Cup, playing for France most recently. And he's going to go up against Joyo, a guy who has dabbled in the 1v1 scene, but certainly hasn't played it as thoroughly as many others have. What? It's a Pogo 50! The Pogo meta is advancing in front of our eyes. I'm not even sure if you can really count it as Pogoing, but he definitely was setting up the Pogo, got a perfect 50, and is able to tie the game. Are we going to get a full Pogo 1v1 completely on accident? Just to be clear, these guys are just 1v1ing each other, despite the fact they're going for so many pogos. But Joyo, probably most known for his extremely talented performances and creative performances on Moist. Specifically that winter major, right? No, spring. Spring major last year was the one that they won, right? Because winter was in LA. So the spring major, Joyo, I believe, winning the MVP of that major. Juicy stealing reset and then a reset on the ball as well. A very impressive mechanical display. Something that we definitely are going to be expecting from both these players. Juicy in the typical SSG. And it turns out not just one's players are rocking the Carmine Corp Fennec, because Joyo in it as well. He is taking his sweet time to score this. Juicy makes it back. Joyo seemed like he was trying to taunt Juicy a little bit, but Juicy does prevent the goal, and then Joyo having to pull out of the pogo. You could see he was looking to set up the pogo and was like, wait a second, there is actually no way that I get a pogo here, and it was too late. Juicy able to just launch a teed up shot. I was watching Zapatos, I think, train on his stream. Zapatos has been streaming, by the way. I recommend you guys checking him out if you like this 1v1 content. He is a high-level 1v1 player. But he's doing these, and the reason what brought this up is I saw Juicy doing this as well. He's doing these, like, pogos where he looks like he's actually pogoing, like he's moving, bouncing on the front of his car, where he'd, like, bounce off the front flip, bounce off the front flip, and, like, move down the field. And he did it in training for a shot, which I don't know if it's, you know, ever going to be a worthwhile play in a competitive setting, but it was fun to watch him just bounce around the field. Juicy should have a somewhat open take. He's going to take it all the way to the ceiling, though, instead of rushing it to the net. A double off the ground. Joyo can't stop him. Juicy trying to show that he's moist and juicy today. Extra juicy. For the 104km/h shot, Joyo has to give him credit as well. Hit the Joyo on Joyo. Looks like a delayed wave dash kickoff for Joyo. He's able to escape Juicy, who is trying to lock in on him after stealing that back corner boost. Joyo musty to start this dribble. Another reset. The shot is bottom right. These two showing off against each other, and you could just see the freestyle background that Joyo has, the way he's able to control on those first musties, which the musty setup, I think, is something that freestylers have down pat. Like, they are so good at the musty first touch. In competitive games, I think the musty first touch is a little bit less useful, but you could tell it's something that Joyo has in his arsenal. Backflip reset. Joyo couldn't finish off the musty before Juicy is able to intercept him. He's going to try and go for a pass off himself. He's looking for a super tight angle shot. Pass not off himself, but off the corner to himself. And Joyo's going to get a freebie. So 5-3. One of the most standard goals we've seen all series long. Comes off of Juicy getting a missed touch, it seemed like, as he swung around the ball. He's going to fake this kickoff. Joyo has the read, able to play it past him. And the bounce, if he had prioritized taking a shot, probably was enough to score, but he decides to go for the corner boost instead. He's trying to get his pogo shot. He hasn't been able to do it. I'm sure in a lot of people's minds, Juicy currently up 1-0 in the real show match, the show match of pogos. Juicy grabbing the midfield boost and then going back to his corner. I think he knew the ball was headed there, but he figured if he stole the midfield, he might be able to keep Joyo starved out, but Joyo was able to chase down the ball and find some boost of his own. The ambitious double does not connect. Joyo right back on the ball. Juicy definitely should have gotten a possession out of that. He's going to go for this full field dribble. Will he finish it off with a pogo? He will, but it doesn't connect like it needs to. Joyo's not going to take his free goal. He knows he's got a low boost Juicy and maybe one of his rare opportunities to pogo himself. But Juicy hovering right down at ground level. That is the crucial thing that the pogo pioneer is so good at. Dark is definitely able to counter people who like to pressure him on the pogo bounce. But Joyo is going to win game number 1. I would have thought Juicy coming in as the favorite here. Joyo takes the early lead. Game number 2. Joyo going to disregard the kickoff, and Juicy's going to come and hop on top of him. I'm not sure what's going on here at the beginning of this 1v1 show match. Game number 2 seems to have taken a very interesting turn. Juicy read the fake kickoff, and instead of making a play on the ball, he has decided to make a play on Joyo's car. An interesting decision, but will it pay off for him? He does now. He is just shooting on a direct goal. Oh, man. I mean, did they want me to fully reset the game? Because I can. Joyo's just going to shoot on. I'm going to let them control it themselves. Joyo's going to shoot on a goal. And now they'll start 1-1. All right, both players making a play on the ball on this kickoff. Juicy looking for a long shot with the very little boost he had. Not a bad way for him to handle the fact that he was unable to grab the 100. Needs to push the ball into Joyo's half. It's a way to buy himself a bit of time. Right now he's going to have to evade the oncoming demo. He did. And nice mix up on the speed to potentially get Joyo flying off the post and in front of the net. But Joyo slowed down just in time. Juicy, multiple resets on his way to the net, and it's top left. Moist Juicy is as wet as ever. Look at this shot. Joyo could not get up in time. Juicy able to grab the 100 boost and possession this time around. And what happened to Joyo? He was kind of hiding behind the ball as this flick got set up. Oh, he missed the wave dash. He was just trying to wave dash towards Juicy and completely took himself out of the play. Big kick out for Juicy. controls the ball. Joyo trying to close the distance, and Juicy will just pop the ball past him. He's going to slow roll it in. Take just a few more seconds off the clock. Tetris Smalls, thank you for the 6 months of Prime. Welcome to the Prime till full-time movement. Juicy almost own goaling as he tries to keep this ball away from Joyo. Double reset, looking for a third is Joyo. But setting up that aerial so close to the back wall. Ooh, Juicy, the landing wave dash. Zap dash looking solid from him as well. Joyo just trying to show that he can pogo far away from the net, but I'm not sure that's what I learned from that attempt. Is this a pogo shot? I mean, he sets it up with a pogo. And then Juicy shadows. Actually a great little cut to shot. Juicy looking for a pinch, but Joyo up quickly to prevent that. He was looking for a wall to air dribble. As soon as he recognized Juicy was trying to stop him, he was there to make a play. And that would have been a nutty shot if he was able to kind of pre-flip under the ball to flick it on target, but just slightly off. Joyo, a stall on the dribble. Not sure that really adds anything to that 360 setup. You see players single jump and 360, but Joyo specifically throwing in a stall, which means he's, jumping and not moving in the process. Something that freestylers are very capable of doing. They use it to get tons of consecutive resets. But I don't think there was a ton of purpose for Joyo there. Joyo gets the reset under the ball. Seems to be an easy target for Juicy to challenge. And then that's why Juicy started the dive. And you saw Joyo use that flip immediately. Didn't end up working out to get it over the top of him. But now he finds a great challenge here. Dunking it. I mean, these guys have traded these dunks, right? I think Joyo gave the same kind of dunk to Juicy across the whole field for a goal. This time it goes the other way. Joyo able to evade the bump, and then Juicy sets him up with his pogo attempt he's been going for. And he's almost going to get another goal from it, even though it really was not a shot opportunity at all. It baits Juicy out. And instead, Juicy counters the other way. Joyo took that all-in final attempt to try and pinch the ball on target. Instead, it hit the back wall, which means it's going to be flying back to his half. Juicy from the ceiling. Reset. Was looking maybe for a pogo or a low musty, but Joyo's able to take it away. Seemed like Joyo had a freebie, but I almost feel like these guys are not willing to take the ultimate freebies right now. As I say that, Juicy looking to score on a net that was left for him. Bounce dribble, turtle flick. Oh, I needed to finish off with a bump. It was going to happen. Crypto 4V, thank you for the 100 bits. Much appreciated. Another stall spin from Joyo. A minute for him to get 3 goals. Big camera check to see if Juicy was leaving, which he is. Joyo so clean with the musties, and one more touch. I feel like if there's any player who brings the musty into the 3v3 game the most, it's got to be Joyo, and he's going to show it off here in 1v1 as well. Such solid control to be able to follow up, get another touch. Joyo looking for a kickoff goal to bring himself in contention. Juicy maybe looking to save it off of the post for a counterattack. Didn't get the bounce he wanted. Almost a too dangerous bounce. Oh, look at this shot from Juicy. I thought he was going to go for the wave dash on the ball, but instead he wave dashes right behind it and then uses it to backflip and move it to the other post. My goodness, Juicy. That might have been the securing goal for this game number 2. And an impressive one at that. I think a lot of people, of course, are bummed to see Moist move away from the Vatira Joyo Rise squad that got so many people excited about them. But at the same time, it's always fun to see what a newer player like Juicy might be able to do on a team like Moist. Is he going to tap in an 8th goal? No. He's going to let it hit the ground. So 1-1 between Joyo and Juicy. Game number 3. Joyo out of the Fennec and into the Octane. And I wonder if that might help with his pogos. It all comes from just watching Dark a couple times. When he first was trying to pogo on his Fennec, it wasn't as clean as when he had it in the Octane. And maybe, you know, you ask the people who actually pogo and they tell you it doesn't matter. I think Dark would almost even tell you that it doesn't matter. He might have just randomly missed one, but now it's stuck in my head that it's easier to pogo on an Octane. Joyo off the ceiling, the double. As he tried to play quickly to escape out of the midfield before Juicy's recovery. Just wasn't able to do it. This is the second time that Joyo's missed a wave dash. It's starting to make me think, is he really missing it? Is he just flipping for some reason behind the ball? Maybe trying to confuse Juicy? I mean, it doesn't seem like a good idea, but I wouldn't expect Joyo to miss too many wave dashes. Flipping into this one. Ends up with a low shot. By the way, a prime and a gifted sub. Thank you, 98R3 for the prime, and Stimulus for the gifted sub over to Sweet for you. Thank you. Juicy wall to air dribble. High up, decides to go for the ceiling reset. Takes it so low, makes it seem like he's maybe going to fall to the ground, but just uses the flip right underneath the ball to get so much movement back up in the air. Faked to the musty and then fell down for the shot and bumped Joyo in the process as well. That was just nasty by Juicy. Juicy is so aptly named, you know? He picked a great name for his playstyle. Joyo early challenge this time. He does not want to see what's at the end of that Juicy dribble. Man, this does not look like the same game I play. Yeah, I think we can all relate to that. What's worse is when you watch them all the time. Like, I mostly just watch these top ones players. Probably much more than I play the game. Then I'll hop in the game and I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to do this played right here. I'm just going to get a reset, musty, dribble, another reset. That's probably the best play to make right now. Oh, wait, no, I can't do any of that. None of that can be done by me. Oh, my goodness. Joyo getting absolutely faked out of his mind. But yeah, definitely there are times where I'm like, oh, the best play to make in this moment, knowing all the games I watched, is going to be a full field reset, double tap off the backboard. That wouldn't be able to get stopped. Oh, wait. Too bad I can't do it. So what's the version that I could do? Oh. Touch the ball, bring it to the ground, take a low 50. All right, cool. I'll just do that every time. Joyo popping this ball high off the wall. Oh my goodness, he found a way to score it. I was about to talk about how there's really no angle to score it. And I don't expect it to be a goal. But it fakes Juicy out, who was maybe expecting a bit more height on the shot as it came to the ground. Instead, it glues to the ground and rolls underneath him. Size in low 50. Yeah, who doesn't just love a good low 50? Those are just as impressive, right? Oh, Juicy. Oh, wait, he tried to double fake him. He got him to jump. And then it seemed like he tried to cut it back behind him again to really put salt in the wound. Oh, what is this pinch attempt? What the heck? I've never seen a player go for a pinch like that. Is that, is that something that happens a lot? Am I late on that? What was the, like, backflip directly into the ball pinch? Another pinch. This one with just about no purpose at all. Juicy wants the ball right back. And now he's looking for a crazy setup to himself. It's a great way to avoid the bump attempt that Joyo was chasing him down with. Ceiling reset, and he gets back to the ball before Joyo. These are the pogos I was talking about. If you watch Juicy at the end of this and how he bounces off the ball, Joyo just launched himself a bit too high. Basically, I saw Zapatos doing that and then turning back, doing it again and again, and like moving down the entire field with pogos. Joyo, really strong. Back flip flick. He 180'd into it. But the power doesn't really matter when he sends it directly at Juicy, who's awaiting in net. Juicy at demo. He's going to go for what looks like a wall to air dribble. No, he really wants this setup to himself off the side wall. That'll be a Joyo attack. Second reset. I don't see a world in which he brings this back on target. Juicy looking for the musty bump. That's the kind of creativity that I haven't seen before. Joyo, what's going on here? Is he going to get a goal? Juicy pops it to the crossbar. Joyo's random front flipping in front of the ball was almost a quality shot. He went for the turtle redirect. Wait, what? Juicy was doing the same thing? That would actually been insane. Joyo from the ceiling actually kills the bounce with his wheels, which is what he needed. And he had to find a way to 50 it in. 30 seconds for Joyo to get two. Juicy takes him off the map. And I don't expect him to be able to make it back to this in time. Joyo might have to take a quick shot. It's not the crazy one that he's hoping for, but he's going to need it if he wants a chance in this game. And it seems like that will probably end this game number 3. Juicy going to win 2 straight to take the lead, 2-1 in favor of the new French Moist player. Joyo back into the Fennec. This time the Mina Fennec. Never a bad idea in 1v1s to try and channel the power of the Mina Fennec, known to win a ton of them. There was actually a great pre-flip underneath the ball to push it back to the near post, but Juicy saved it. He's not letting Joyo get any of these clips. It is possible, by the way, to pinch the ball on the attacking corner into the net. And that's what Juicy has gone for a couple of times. It's, you know, got to be one of the toughest angles to ever hit on a pinch. But it's not impossible, and Juicy's trying to prove that. He pinches on the ground, and it's actually able to get a second touch that almost made it scoreable. Juicy high set up on the wall. Joyo says thank you. I'd love to not have to do the work of getting the ball in the air myself. But it cost him a little bit too much boost to just get back to the ball. Ceiling reset for Joyo. Smooth catch. Can he finish this one off? He actually put it too high. Juicy doesn't even need to save it. Juicy ceiling reset. To the ball reset. The pogo. Joyo on the goal line. Stops the musty. Not going to let Juicy get the clip. The wave dash leads to nothing. Joyo's quick recovery, though, might mean he has possession still. Can he bring this one back on target? The setup is not towards the net, but he's made it towards the net. Joyo, the final reset to finish it off. The first goal of this game. We knew it was going to be an exciting one, the way these guys were going after each other. Juicy decides to go in and out of the net, and that's not going to get him a touch. Joyo switched to Dark's camera settings, if you notice. Oh, I know some other players have switched to Dark settings, but I can't say that. Oh, look at the shot. Oh, it's too high. I can't say that I know people's settings down pat. Like, I can't, like, look at except for like Gengar or KB1 has a really unique camera settings where he's like really low to the ground or really low angle. You know, some people who have extremes I can recognize, but I feel like most people just slightly adjust them, and there's no way I'm telling the difference between a, you know, 101 height versus 100 height or whatever. Also, that number probably makes no sense because I haven't changed my camera settings in a long time, so don't really worry about them. Long shot from Joyo off the back wall. Juicy, really strong first touch. Has to imagine that he's just going to hand the ball over to Joyo, who almost clips on him because of it. Well, he changed it just for this game in particular. He was on normal ones before this. What's unique about Dark's shot? Or sorry, Dark's settings that you can just notice right away? Is it because he's really far away? It almost feels like that's what looks like right here. Joyo wants to score this one in style. 300 distance. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That was the first thing I noticed too, is like the camera was far back off of Joyo's car. Both these two faking the kickoff. Gonna go in favor of Joyo. Joyo just carrying Juicy away in an attempt to make a play on goal. Doesn't happen. Juicy, he loves his full field dribble, so he's gonna go for a pinch. It's another one of these backflip pinches. I want to see him do it more often because I'm very curious. Joyo pulls out of his dribble to pretty favorable 50. But he is now handing the ball to Juicy. And having to panic just to stay in control of the play. Joyo, a monster musty flick. Surprising that wasn't able to make its way to the net. Juicy, double reset. No pogo! It's the first time he's missed it. He's been so clean with it. He's also done a good job of not letting Joyo do it back the other way. Joyo loves these stall dribbles for some reason, and I'm not really sure how effective they are. When Joyo messed up the wave dash, he's actually double dashing. It's stylistic and used by no flippers. Oh, interesting. See, it seemed like he might have been doing it on purpose. Juicy, the low dribble, but he keeps it in the air all the way to net. He does it off of such a small first pop. He gives it a musty to give it the height, and then one more touch on the goal line. He's within one now. Very low scoring game between the two. Is this a freestyle 1v1? It actually isn't, but I think both these guys have what seems like a gentleman's agreement to try and win in style. You know, if we put $1 million on the line, I think all of a sudden you'd see a little bit less stylistic shots. But if you ask me, this is the best content. You know, I want to see people giving it a strong effort, but looking for style and not just letting the other person, you know, score for free, which neither one of these guys are. And they're also taking their free opportunities if they show up. In the meantime, putting on a show for the fans. Juicy! Look at this tie game. Juicy takes it as the ball falling to the ground. The reset, the musty, the double. Even Joyo has to throw the nice shot. And now Juicy could win the series with one more goal or a win in overtime. Juicy's going to fake this kickoff. He doesn't get back to the ball. Wait, Joyo was very close to just winning there. But it will be overtime. Now overtime is, of course, just going to be won with a quick kickoff. Except we have already passed that time. Juicy to the air. The reset. The musty too high. Joyo, will he take the freebie? No, see, he's not. I think if Joyo really wanted to, he lands and just power shots in the game winner. And we go to game 5. He doesn't want to win in that fashion. Joyo getting chased down by Juicy. Still will be able to set up his dribble. Falls into the reset. throws a musty, and Juicy, will he win the series? Yeah, you gotta imagine he's not going to after Joyo very clearly did not take the free game win. Double reset from Juicy. Falls into Joyo's hands. Juicy's gonna get another opportunity though off the bounce. First touch reset. Wants the pogo but can't seem to find it. Joyo though, defending so passively. He doesn't get immediately punished. Joyo flipping himself past the ball. Actually fell back down on top of it. And the turtle shot does not lead to anything that Juicy can't stop. The pogos, they've lost their magic on Juicy's side. These two now dancing on the other opposite sides of the ball. Joyo, another opportunity for a freebie he won't take. Ooh, not able to get the backflip reset. I think he was going for the backflip reset, but he touched the ball on accident. Juicy looking for a tight angle double. Oh, what is Joyo going for? The half flip in front of the ball to catch it. Juicy taking away this wall to air dribble attempt. I don't know how he's going to try and shoot this one. Joyo to the skies. A double reset and a pop towards the net. That will end the overtime after 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Throw it to Sorry, presumably for scoring what he thinks is an unworthy goal, but it is just a competitive 1v1 at the end of the day. We will see Game 5 between Joyo and Juicy coming up next. Game number 5. Joyo into a new car, an Octane. Is this the Octane he played in the Spring Major last season? I feel like it's slightly different. Joyo going for the multiple resets at the start of this game. Can we ditch the series score and just keep this going? I mean, these guys are really stretching it here. We've turned into a full freestyle 1v1. I said it wasn't a freestyle 1v1 before, but Juicy not scoring that one means he just set the tone for Game 5, which guarantees it'll be a stylish finish to whoever's able to win it. This looks like a private freestyling match you do with friends. Well, it has slowly progressed towards what is now basically a full-on freestyle match. We'll have to see. Yeah, okay. Juicy just, I think, made like a point with this goal, which is like, hey, I'm going to score a regular one. You know, like this is, maybe we bring back a little bit of regular 1v1ing as well. Good thing your life savings are on the line. Yeah, for all the people who are betting, they're like sweating, like, hey, maybe you like, I don't know, put in a little bit more effort. Juicy looking for a full field dribble. Not likely to happen once he's on the wrong side of the ball. You would need to really press the ball hard for the full field, which you're not going to be able to do unless you're on the correct side of the ball. Why don't you run actual official freestyle 1v1s? Well, I think the rules behind freestyle 1v1s, how do they work? Because my understanding is they just go back and forth. And does it go by score? Like, how much did they defend? Honestly, I haven't watched a freestyle 1v1 in a while. Points, usually judges. Yeah, so the freestyle competitions are definitely, like, I've watched those. I know how those work. The points, the judges, that kind of stuff. But to be honest, game number 3 of this series, or maybe game number 4, is like the perfect level. And I don't know how you get it, as Joyo scores another. But it was like, neither one of them were turning down absolute free opportunities, but they were both, you know, very intentionally trying to score on each other in style. To me, that's just like the perfect mix. Because I think freestyle 1v1s, you know, I mean, Chad just said they're so boring. I wouldn't say they're so boring. but I do think they're missing something in that they feel like a bit slow almost because you're like you're waiting for the clip a bit and nobody's, I don't know. To me, I think it was game 3 of this one, and game 4 towards the end turned into like a kind of a full-on freestyle 1v1, which, like I said, whatever these players want to do is fine. I obviously don't mind, but I think peak excitement for me was just that mix, that game 3 mix. You know, it's still a competitive 1v1. They're still trying to score everything they can, but at the same time, they're hitting nasty stuff the whole way. Juicy reset to pop the ball over Joyo. And I think they've started to move back towards that here a little bit as well. They're accepting some nice outplays as goals instead of insisting that everything has to be like quad resetted, which is how that last game ended. No counterattacks means they go for crazy stuff, but that means they fail and the other player has to reset. Yeah, I don't know. Like these guys definitely turned down counterattacks. Like here, Juicy probably just turned up a free goal right there. I guess as long as they like hit their freestyles every single time, dude, then there's really no limit. Like you could pass every single shot up, but it's just not the way freestyle competitions work. Juicy from the back wall. He's got Joyo behind him, so he's going ceiling pinch. Joyo! What an own goal! What an own goal! It's a pool shot own goal. Juicy chasing the ball down, power slides in front, and gets Joyo to just tap him into the ball and shoot it into the net. That was actually an insane team play from these two, which is a good sign considering their future. Joyo. Wall to air dribble. Lamusty reset 50. Gets him a second goal. Juicy waiting for Joyo to eventually take his shot. Thought he'd be able to react to it, but Joyo prevented that by sticking with the play and dunking it in. Joyo out of the inside of the nets is not going to be the answer for the musty from Juicy. Joyo 12 boost to work with, decided to use the net as his method to get high. Juicy flicking over the top of Joyo's approaching challenge. Able to bump Joyo. Looked like maybe what he was going for. Joyo forced to clear it all the way to the orange back wall, and Juicy has been trying his dribbles to go full field here. Using the ceiling this time. He's made it all the way to net. It'll be crossbar down after the reset. Juicy popping off as it only takes him one ball reset to go whole field using that ceiling reset at the start. Joyo doesn't feel like he's playing too well here against Juicy. But not a bad sign when the new teammate is popping off like he is today. Joyo. The flick just barely moves the ball to get it past Juicy. Juicy to the wall. Gonna end up being a setup for Joyo as the clock winds down here. 20 seconds. Who is gonna come away with the final clip, the true winner of the match? Juicy to the ceiling, the pinch, the double isn't there, and now Joyo gonna be able to use the pop as he tries to go full field. Juicy, the save, showing his dominance here in this 1v1. Juicy is gonna end up winning it in game 5. Great game between both these guys. That was fun. I like that series. Obviously, he's not just a full-on try-hard win the game at all cost series, but I feel like it was really fun to watch.